When I reflect on the interview that I had with Miss Herat, I have a few questions still. On her question where I asked if she could explain the process of obtaining consensus among her staff, she said that they do everything as a team. They build trust, and that the staff trust her to do what's best for the students, and that the staff want to do what's best for the students. She says that most of the time her teachers buy in, and I asked, how do you handle it if your teachers don't buy in? What is something that you do if you're having an issue, whereas one teacher doesn't buy in or a few teachers don't buy in? And she said that she must make the final decision. So in my mind, I was wondering, will she go with the majority or what most people are choosing to do, or will she just make her own decision? So if 15% buy in and the other 85 are thinking, no, that's not a good idea, is she still going to go with her decision, even though only 15% of her staff are on board with her? When I asked what some of her learning goals of the current CIP were, she told me that she wants to increase cultural relevance, which I think is a wonderful idea. She said that she wants to work and make things more meaningful for the students, and they're implementing a pre-K3 program along with 2 dual language classes per grade level. So pre-K will have 2 dual language classes, and kinder will have 2 dual language classes. It'll be English and Spanish in each of those 4 rooms. And Miss Herat said that that's the main goals of the CIP this year, is to implement those programs and make them beneficial to everyone. Her main goals included increasing the students' vocabulary skills and getting the pre-K K4 students ready for kindergarten, because there are a lot of students that are going to kindergarten and they're not ready. Even if they've been in pre-K before, they're still not ready for kinder. She said that she's going to have the aides pulling students during non-instructional time and working with those students in small groups, maybe 4 or 5 students in each small group for 15 to 20 minutes. And my question is, what if the aides choose not to do that? Are they able to say, no, Miss Herat, we are not comfortable with this? It's not in their job description. They signed their contracts before she decided to go with this plan. So are they required to do it? Will they still have a position with her at her campus if they choose not to do it? Another question I had asked her was, how do you handle implementing change among your staff? And she said that she doesn't like to overwhelm them. She gives it in small doses. She makes the material exciting to them and makes it something that's meaningful to them. She lets the teachers have the workshop or have the training and lets them ask questions and practice in the training before they do it in their classrooms. And then she still gives them time to do it on their own. She didn't tell me how long, she just said she gives them time. I'm assuming if it was my position and it was my role, I would give small steps, maybe a week or so, but larger steps that would take more practice or maybe longer to get used to it and get it moving in your classroom, maybe 3 or 4 weeks. I don't think any longer than that. Another question that I asked Miss Herat was, what are some ways that don't work for your staff? Have you ever had an instance where a training was given or a workshop was given and your staff didn't learn from it, or they were unable to implement it into the classroom? Either they chose not to or it was too difficult for them. And she said that anytime she has a workshop that is sit and get, or sit down, read it, write it, this is how we do it, the teachers don't get it, they don't benefit from it, and it's hard for them to implement in their classroom. But it made me think about, what if the only workshop out there that was available for something that my teachers needed was a sit and get workshop. What if that's all that was offered? Should I, as the principal, go to the workshop and then bring it back and rearrange it and plan it in a different way so that it would be beneficial to them and meaningful to them? Would it be better if I send them to the trainer that would train me as a sit and get, or should I do it the other way, where I train my teachers? Another question that I had asked Miss Seawright was, what are you doing differently this year that you have not done in the past regarding making sure all or most of your staff buy into your ideas? And she said that was a very important thing for her. It's one of her TPES goals, and she felt like something that she would do to get them to all buy in was create team leaders. Down the hallway, there's a pre-K hallway and a kindergarten hallway. Each hallway is going to have a team leader, and that team leader is going to be the voice for their team, and that team leader is going to go to meetings and express the needs of their team and what's needed. But I feel, when I reflect on it for myself, I feel like I need to know, should I choose the strongest person or should I choose the most liked person? Are the people on the team going to gravitate towards the strongest person, or are they going to gravitate towards the person that's open and honest that they have a relationship with? I feel as though if it was my decision, I would choose the most liked person, because I feel like anyone on the team could come to them and talk to them and express their needs or concerns and let them know exactly how they feel without judgment. And sometimes if you choose the strongest teacher or the one that you think is going to advocate the most, it may be what they want and not what the team wants. He or she may say, oh, well, this is what I want to do, so I'm going to advocate for that. Even though 5 or 6 people on his or her team may say, no, 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 I want to go with option B. Another question I had for Miss Seawright was, are there things that she uses every year that she feels has a positive effect on her school culture and climate? And she told me yes, she felt like the team building was really good. She does a lot of team building exercises, especially at the beginning of the year. Every day there's 1 or 2 team building exercises that the teachers and the aides participate in, and the administrative staff. The only people that don't participate are the ones that thought of the activity. Everyone else will participate. She thinks that positive feedback works really well. She said that last year she had slacked off a little bit on positive feedback and she could tell a difference. This year it's one of her goals as well, is to give more positive feedback every single time she's in a classroom. Every time she observes something, she is going to give some type of positive feedback to her teachers. At their campus, they also do a lot of breakfast, snacks, and meals. She feels like when there's food, people build their relationships around the food. We come together as a group and eat and share. And I was wondering, as a new principal, would these things be good, or do the relationships already need to be there to incorporate all of these things? Miss Seawright was an assistant principal for several years, so she knew all of her staff except for 4 new people that came when she got moved into the principal's position. And once she got moved into the principal's position, she just added more breakfasts and more snacks and more days. There's a particular day that she has twice a year called Snacks with Seawright. She'll cook snacks and have drinks, and people just come in on their conference time or on their lunch and just sit around the conference room table and visit with her. And, you know, everybody's free to talk about whatever they want. If they're having concerns in the classroom, if they're having concerns at home, if they want to talk about their kids or something wonderful that's happened, anything is welcome. I just always wonder, if I am brand new and I don't know any of the staff, would that be something that they would be open to? What if I offered a snacks with Irmis and no one came? or they didn't feel welcome, or the relationship wasn't there. Another question that I asked her was about her mission statement. I said, when you create the mission statement for your campus, how do you ensure that all staff have a role in participating and they have a voice? And Ms. Seawright let me know that the mission statement for their campus is created from the district mission statement. All they did was take the district mission statement and rearrange the words so that it would be in kid-friendly language and our students and parents would understand what the students are talking about. They say it every morning during announcements. We talk about it. We let the students know what we expect out of them, and we use that mission statement to incorporate that. When I become a principal, I'm not sure if I want to pull the district mission statement or if I want to create our own. The last thing that I asked Miss Seawright was, how do you know that the mission statement is being implemented? And she let me know that, they say it on the announcements and that she'll hear it in the hallway. But I was wondering, as a principal, if I don't hear it in the hallway, if I don't see it in the classroom, if I've observed a teacher several times and he or she is not implementing it, if they're not doing what our mission on our campus is, should I address it one-on-one with that teacher? Should I call a faculty meeting and address it all together? Should I maybe just write a little note that says, remember our mission statement is? It's just some ideas that I had and I was curious about. And I think this is all that I have as I reflected on all of her answers. So that's all I have. Thank you.